Now on CoastTV News.
We're seeing an end to the excessive heat, but it remains warm and humid today. A chance of a few showers and storms as the front comes by. A little drier into Friday. Showers possible for the weekend. Details coming up.
Biden begins beach trip. Why he arrived in Delaware earlier than originally planned.
Vance on his vision. The vice presidential nominee making his case Wednesday night at the Republican National Convention.
Lifeguard leverage. The move being looked at in Dewey Beach to give their patrol more authority.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. It's Thursday, July 18th, 2024.
And if you're just joining us, we've been talking about the start of the Delaware State Fair that's happening today. And for me, the big headliner is Rick Springfield, Jesse's girl.
Very good one to start the whole day off. And we're going to talk a little bit later, but there's days, kids get in for cheaper. Seniors. Yeah, so you'll want to stick with us, learn more all about this. But it's an exciting time, too, because we have Olympics coming up, Delaware State Fair coming up. What else is coming up? Feel Good Friday?
Feel Good Friday. Shorebirds on DSN.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Hang out this hour. We have a lot to get to. But first, I know you want your forecast. So we'll bring it in first alert meteorologist Bob Trahi. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Delmarva. And good news for the fair is that we don't have to deal with the excessive heat. So a little more tolerable in the temperature department. And we're looking at temperatures this morning that are warm, but not as bad as they have been. Around 76 to 78 degrees right now. Bethany beats 78. Georgetown and Millsboro 77. In Redmond right now, you're at 76. And there's a bit of a breeze as well coming in from the west. It's not strong, but it definitely feels good for sure. As we're seeing some breaks in the overcast, we'll call it mostly cloudy. Had a few showers earlier around Cinnapunxet and the southern tip of Delmarva. Otherwise, it's just mostly cloudy right now. There is a trough moving through and then a cold front back to the west. As that moves in later today, that will give us a better chance of storms. But we're looking at temperatures through the 70s this morning and then the lower 80s mid-morning with sunshine and clouds basically throughout the day, and temperatures in the mid-80s by 2 o'clock. And then watch out for a flare-up of showers and storms, maybe some heavy rain, but those will start to quiet down around sunset. UV index brought to us by Ocean City. It's a high range today. It's a 7, not too bad. Burn time is 20 minutes, but then we start getting into the very high range as we go Friday through early next week. So use extra caution in the sun, especially heading into the weekend.
Will do, Bob. Thank you. New this morning, President Biden will rest and recover from his recent COVID-19 diagnosis along our coast. On your screen is him arriving at the Dover Air Force Base before traveling to his North Shores home. That was late Wednesday night. According to the White House, Biden will stay along our coast throughout the rest of the weekend.
And we're now taking you live to Milwaukee. This is where the Republican National Convention marches into its fourth and final day today. It was on Wednesday night that Vice President pick J.D. Vance took to the stage.
And tonight, former President Donald Trump will formally accept his party's nomination just days after he survived an attempt on his life.
Now for Vance, it was his first speech as the nominee for Vice President, and NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what is expected at today's convention and also a recap of Vance's speech last night.
Thank you, please.
U.S. Senator J.D. Vance taking center stage at the Republican National Convention, officially introducing himself to the country as former President Trump's 2024 running mate.
I stand here humbled, and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to say I officially accept your nomination to be Vice President of the United States of America.
Sharing his personal story of growing up in poverty and seeing loved ones struggle with drug addiction, challenges facing many American families.
I grew up in Middletown, Ohio. A small town where people spoke their minds, built with their hands, and loved their God, their family, their community, and their country with their whole hearts. But it was also a place that had been cast aside and forgotten by America's ruling class in Washington.
From domestic issues to wars overseas, the former Marine laying out ways a Trump-Vance administration would impact everyday life.
Together, we will make sure our allies share in the burden of securing world peace. No more free rides for nations that betray the generosity of the American taxpayer.
The 39-year-old's addition to the Republican ticket follows the assassination attempt of former President Trump. Supporters say they are energized.
The sleeping giant has been awakened now. because now you're going, the man he's putting his life on the line.
As the Republican ticket makes its case to voters at the convention, President Biden is leaving the campaign trail after testing positive for COVID. He's now in Delaware, isolating and being treated. In Milwaukee, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
As a former Marine, J.D. Vance is the first veteran on a major party's ticket since the late Senator John McCain ran for president in 2008.
A proposed development in Sussex County now sparking big debate on a hearing Wednesday. The Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission discussed a development called North Star. It would be located in Lewis. According to the plans, the development would have 758 single-family homes, 94 multifamily units, and 96,000 square feet of commercial space, all located on the southeast side of the Lewis-Georgetown Highway and the northwest and southeast sides of Beaver Dam Road. As seems to be the case, though, with any development along our coast, some people are worried what the influx of people and cars will do to the area.
Growing up here, I don't even want to go to Lewis and Rehoboth. I never go there anymore. I stopped going there 20 years ago. I stopped. I can't take it. It drives me nuts. Every time I go over there, I feel sick. What they've done to our county is horrible.
Now, North Star is just the latest development attempting to provide more homes in a high-demand area. But for the people that already live in Sussex County, those concerns, like you just heard, are clear. Busier roads, less open space, and a little more hassle.
This does bring us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know what concerns you most about a 750-home development on Route 9 in Beaver Dam.
All right, 82% of you agree with who we just heard. They're talking about traffic increases. 16% of you say the environmental impact. Just 2% of you say, the houses could be too close together. Get like a little more space. That's fine. If you haven't voted yet, you can go to coasttv.com or the app.
Trial and hearing dates been set in the case against Tyler Mayu. It's the man accused of traffic violations surrounding a hit and run that killed teenager Gavin Knupp in Ocean Pines. Both sides agreed to schedule a new motions hearing on November 21st, and then a 13-day trial taking place from March 3rd to the 19th. Mayu faces 17 traffic charges in the death of Knupp. July 11th marked 2 years since the 14-year-old was killed in that hit and run.
This morning, police will continue to investigate a car crash that happened in the Rehoboth Beach Acme parking lot. Officials say it was just before 10:30 a.m. Wednesday. A Lincoln was speeding through the parking lot and hit a Dodge Caravan. You're looking at some of that damage right there. The Lincoln then hit the rear of a Kia Optima, which someone was in. That then caused another car to be hit. Both of the drivers were taken to area hospitals with minor injuries.
Happening today in Lewis, city's next place on the coast to talk marijuana. Today, officials will hear a presentation from State Commissioner Rob Koop regards the Delaware marijuana legislation and regulations. And unlike many coastal communities, Lewis has not yet set any bans or regulations on recreational use of the drug since it became legal in Delaware.
Also happening today, Dewey Beach will be looking into a common problem in that area, flooding. The town will hear from an engineering group for an update on the installation and the performance of flaps installed on the stormwater pipes on Reed Avenue Bayside. Those flaps help push water out to the bay. Officials will also be talking about some concerns with continued flooding in Dewey Beach. All of this happening this afternoon at 3.
And we're going to stay in Dewey Beach for this next story. The lifeguards there, they may soon have new authority. Here's what we mean when we say that. The town council is considering an ordinance that would empower lifeguards to stop any activity that is deemed a danger to the public. Currently, they can advise people to stop doing those types of acts, but there's nothing in place that gives lifeguards the ability to enforce it.
Yeah, so recently we've had a couple issues with drones on the beach when the beach has been very crowded on the weekend or during the day. We really don't have anything on our town ordinances that will address things like drones or bigger kites, things like that on the beach.
And Zolper says it would be an education first, enforce second policy, but if violators don't stop after that warning, they could be hit with a $200 fine.
All right, we still have a lot more news to get to in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, DSN secures the shorebirds. We'll tell you about this big accomplishment for our sister station and how it means more sports for you.
And heat waves goodbye for now. How people on Delmarva spent the final day of the heat wave and what Bob has in store for the rest of the week.
And alcohol adjustments in Dagsboro. We'll tell you what town officials there say sparked a possible change as to when restaurants can serve adult beverages. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Tonight, the Republican Party rallies around former President Trump as he lays out his vision for the country. Join Lester Holt, Savannah Guthrie, and the NBC News team for special coverage of the Republican National Convention. Tonight on NBC.
What am I doing in Paris? The Olympics. The opening ceremony on the Seine, Simone, Sha'Carri, Noah, and Team USA going for gold. Oh, I've never been more excited for anything in my life.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in tile, to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs, and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
I was able to look at everything that I was looking for from my new kitchen, including the backsplash and the countertop and the sinks all in one place.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
So one of the things that I do that I pride myself on is to be a very personally involved attorney. From the writing of the contract to the settlement, I am involved. We have a team approach. We have real people that work with you in your real estate closing. From the signing of the contract to the closing, we offer all the personal needs you need so that you can have the confidence in the investment that you're making.
Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico. Right lawyers, right now.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't take chances with just anyone. Trust the experts at Spicer Brothers. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've chosen us for our exceptional service, quality installation, and unbeatable warranties. Whether you need a roof replacement or just want to upgrade the look of your home, we've got you covered. And right now, save up to 20% on your new roof, plus enjoy no interest and no payments until 2026. For a roof that's done right, trust Spicer Brothers day and night, because you deserve the best.
Exactly 6:12 on our Thursday morning. Look at this gorgeous sunrise in Rehoboth right now. Boardwalk Plaza Cam. Already some folks out on the beach. Hey, they heard Paige saying a beautiful sunrise, and voila, there it is. We're looking at temperatures into the mid to upper 70s this morning. Not as hot or as oppressive as it has been, as the winds are starting to turn to the west. We are seeing some breaks in the clouds. We'll call it mostly cloudy. We have seen a few light showers, even southern tip of Delmarva, and we'll see more of those showers today, especially later in the day as the cold front moves in. So if you're headed to the golf course, my putt falling a little short today. It's in the fair category. Warm and still on the muggy side. Not as bad as it has been. 86. Make sure you have a lot of water and watch for afternoon showers and storms.
Dover man facing felony charges after Delaware State Police say that he resisted arrest near Seaford. 34-year-old Jesus Torres failed to use his turn signal, turning off of Concord Pond Road. This was on July 16th around 3:45 p.m. and State police say that after being pulled over, he hit a trooper multiple times while resisting arrest. He did run away, but was soon caught and arrested. State police found almost 22 grams of powder cocaine and over $900 in his vehicle. We have developing news out of Dagsboro. That is where there is a push for an earlier time of last call of alcohol for restaurants. Dagsboro town officials are considering an ordinance that would specifically limit the hours for restaurants in the town's highway commercial district. Under the new rules, alcohol could only be served between 11:30 a.m. and 11 p.m. This is coming after police reported several fights and other misconduct at the Ladama restaurant and bar's parking lot. Dagsboro officials say they are planning to hold a public hearing on this ordinance in September.
While online shoppers grab the deals on Amazon Prime Day, the company's warehouse workers are actually more likely to get injured. That's the findings of a U.S. Senate investigation. The Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions found Amazon's warehouses are especially dangerous during Prime Day and the holiday season. In a statement, an Amazon spokesperson said the safety and health of its employees is a top priority. One of the world's biggest booze makers is now selling most of its wine brands as the world's alcohol consumption declines. Pernod Ricard is offloading 7 wineries in Australia, New Zealand, and in Spain. This is the makers of things like Absolute Vodka, Jameson Whiskey, and Beefeater Gin. In the first quarter of this period, Pernod Ricard reported a 7% fall in sales for the wine brands it plans to sell. Still ahead this morning, we're saying goodbye to the heat wave, at least for now. How people dealt with the horrible heat we've been feeling for most of this week.
We are seeing some cloudiness in Laurel right now in the Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam, and we'll see some showers on and off today. The excessive heat is gone for now, but still kind of warm and muggy. And we get a break Friday from the humidity, and then some of those showers are back for the weekend. Not a washout. Your forecast details in 2 minutes.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on Coast TV.
Shower glass. Our name says it all. We provide the best custom shower glass on the shore in a fraction of the time, and our reviews prove it.
Shower glass delivers the best fit, finish, and fastest service.
Reliable scheduling, competitive pricing, the best in the business.
They're the only one we call for shower glass.
Frameless beauty with speed, accuracy, and lifetime warranties. Shower glass. It's all we do. Visit showerglassdoors.net to schedule your free consultation.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
We're Delaware Electric Cooperative, and we're proud to keep the lights on.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
Transform your bath today with baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
Time is 6:17, and you're now looking live at Lewis. Well, yeah, there we go. And this is the scene at the Roosevelt Inlet. Heat wave is over, Bob, but you were telling me just a few minutes ago that even though the heat wave's done, we're not going to get much of a break from the humidity.
Yeah, not so much. I guess we can't have everything, Matt. We can't have the lower temperatures and the lower humidity. But we do get a little bit of a break on Friday, and then the humidity comes back again this weekend into next week. Let's start with the muggy meter. And, we were in the miserable range with all that oppressive heat, but now we're in the very humid range today. So at least it's come down a little bit, and then it comes down more so into Friday. Friday is the best day as far as the comfort level as the humidity drops a little bit, but then it's back this upcoming weekend. We're into the very humid range late weekend and into next week as we increase rain chances at that time. And temperature-wise, we're below average. 88 is the average high. This is nice to see. 86 today, and then mid-80s Friday through the weekend and right into early next week. So no 90s as far as I can see. So that is certainly a good thing as far as the heat goes. Temperature-wise, 76 to around 77 right now. So uniform temperatures. A little cooler in Seaford at 75 as we have a light westerly wind. And we have mostly cloudy skies, seeing some breaks from time to time. And we've seen some light showers as well. I don't think we're done with the rain today. A few showers farther to the south, southern tip of Delmarva. There's a trough that's swinging through Delmarva right now. That could enhance a few of those showers this morning. And then there's another cold front working its way through the Ohio Valley, and that's headed our way. And with the heating of the day, I think we could see a few showers and storms this afternoon. Not expecting anything severe, maybe some gusty winds and heavy rain. And this morning we're warming through the 80s with mostly cloudy skies. By 1 o'clock, mid to upper 80s, cooler at the beaches. And then after about 2 o'clock, could see some of those showers and storms, heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds. And then they quit around sunset. We clear it out tonight, or gradual clearing. And by tomorrow morning, the wind shift to the northeast and temperatures are cooler in the 60s and 70s. The humidity is noticeably lower tomorrow as we warm into the mid 80s. It will be a beautiful Friday afternoon, but that's kind of short-lived because then we have the clouds building back in on Saturday, and we could see some afternoon and evening showers, maybe some heavier showers by the evening hours. And then even then on Sunday, I think we're looking at some hit and miss showers as well, as we'll see a stalled out boundary along the coast, and that will keep the rain chances going, and then even stronger rain chances into next week. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, mid-80s right into the weekend with the storm chances later today, drier Friday, and then hit and miss showers, especially later Saturday into Sunday, and then heavier rain into next week, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, mid-80s, and it looks like even rainy conditions continue Thursday into Friday.
All right, thank you, Bob. As we were just been talking about this morning, the heat wave along the coast, it finally broke. However, the recent heat didn't stop locals and vacationers from going to the beach or taking a walk on the boardwalk there in Ocean City. But how have workers been throughout this heat wave stretch? Well, one we spoke with explains the challenges he had.
It's been a little challenge. It's been, really hot out, getting real sweaty. So trying to stay hydrated, trying to stay cool as possible, wet rags around your neck, that type of things. But hey, it's part of the job.
Even with the sea breeze helping the boardwalk and the beach, everyone there we spoke with said they are looking forward to getting a little bit cooler conditions.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, DSN securing the shorebirds. We'll show you the latest accomplishment by our sister station and how you can now get more local sports in your own home. Don't go anywhere.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
The big Delaware Marine Trades Association Boat Show, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hudson Fields in Milton. Multiple dealerships, bargain prices, runabouts, fishing boats, pontoons, and more on Route 1 in Milton, Delaware.
The beauty is hard to miss at Ocean City's premier golf course, Eagles Landing. Overlook the Sinnapunxent Bay's salt marshes and enjoy the unspoiled beauty of Assateague Island National Seashore. Eagles Landing offers 5 sets of tees, making the course playable for beginners and challenging for most skilled golfers. And the Caddy Shack Cafe and Pro Shop ensure golfers have everything they need. Find our best rates at eagleslandinggolf.com. Eagles Landing, upholding the tradition of the game.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Life isn't always easy. Sometimes we need a little bit of help to work through life's more challenging problems. At Addiction Medical Facility, we are here for you, believing in your strengths to overcome any obstacle. Whether it's addiction to substance use disorders or mental health issues, there's hope for a better tomorrow. Together, we can tackle what is holding you back. Our medication-assisted treatment combines FDA-approved medication with counseling, offering a holistic approach tailored to your needs. Addiction Medical Facility. Together, we find hope and healing.
The big Delaware Marine Trades Association Boat Show, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hudson Fields in Milton. Multiple dealerships, bargain prices, runabouts, fishing boats, pontoons, and more on Route 1 in Milton, Delaware.
Since its inception, the Delmarva Sports Network has been taking big swings, and now they're partnering up with a team who loves to do the same thing, the Delmarva Shorebirds baseball team. And if you're a fan, you're gonna like this.
Wednesday, DSN and the Delmarva Shorebirds made a big announcement. DSN station manager Bill Vernon and the Shorebirds GM Chris Bitters doing the honors.
Starting this season, baseball enthusiasts from all across Delmarva will witness history with 15 thrilling Delmarva Shorebirds games broadcast live on free over-the-air television.
Fans of minor league baseball in the area have never before been able to watch Shorebirds games from the comfort of their own home, but this new partnership changes that. From the team's perspective, that builds a bridge to their fan base.
Our first goal is to get fans to come out to be live in the ballpark and join us for the game. But for when they can't, we obviously want to provide opportunities for them still to be engaged with the Shorebirds, follow the team, learn about the players, and this partnership with DSN will allow that.
Starting this season, in fact, starting Friday, July 19th, DSN begins broadcasting a slate of 15 Shorebirds games live for free on television,
So what can you expect? Comprehensive game coverage? Of course. Exclusive interviews? Absolutely. In-depth analysis of the game? It's literally what they do. And how about the reach? These Shorebirds games will have a capacity to reach more than 500,000 viewers across Delmarva on all major and local cable partners. So whether you're looking to follow because you love to see the stars of tomorrow playing today, or you just can't get enough of America's favorite pastime, this new partnership is destined to be a home run.
That is exciting news. I'm excited for that.
Yes.
And speaking of exciting, I just love doing that to you, Bob. Personal meteorologist Bob Tri back with us. Hey, it is a good day today to have the Coast TV weather app, because you're going to need that if you want to find that window to go to the beach today.
Yeah, absolutely. So much information in that app, and including UV index, kind of an hour-by-hour forecast in there as well, talking about wind and temperatures. And you'll probably see some rain icons in there as well along the beach from Chincoteague to Assateague. You're looking at some mainly afternoon showers and some thunderstorms around 5 o'clock. We have a cold front moving in, so keep an eye to the sky. If you hear that thunder, seek shelter. Okay, Fenwick Island and Ocean City, a chance of late day showers for you. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s, waves around 2 to 4 feet. Next 3 days in Cambridge, mid 80s, some storm today, break tomorrow, rain returns Saturday. Then Crisfield, kind of similar situations, kind of rainy today, dry Friday, and then Saturday 82 with showers. Weekend not looking the best, but it's not a washout. Much more in your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Looking forward to that, Bob. Thank you. Also coming up, a speeding car collision, the impacts of multiple drivers after the damage to the cars you see right there on your screens.
Also, website search suspicions, what officials are now revealing about the attempted assassin's internet history that may give them clues to Trump's attack.
And Biden back on the coast. We're telling you the plans for the president as he deals with a recent COVID-19 diagnosis. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
Big Fun Country is on. The Delaware Lottery Summer Concert Series at the M&T Bank Grandstand. John Party, Jordan Davis, Cooper Allen, Brantley Gilbert, and more. July 18th through 27th. Tickets at DelawareStateFair.com.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water. Or maybe into some hot water, if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-GO-FUR, FHFur.com.
And it's been 15 plus years we've been coming with Avery Hall. Now they're right up the street. Any of the products that give you that peace and sense of mind in the community where you live, Avery Hall, I think, can take care of their needs. You don't always realize what impact long-term your needs are going to be for your health. With Avery Hall, it's been a fabulous resource for that.
Avery Hall found an insurance company that could help us.
I think more of a steady, strong relationship.
Big Fun Country is on. The Delaware Lottery Summer Concert Series at the M&T Bank Grandstand. John Party, Jordan Davis, Cooper Allen, Brantley Gilbert, and more. July 18th through 27th. Tickets at DelawareStateFair.com.
Now on Coast TV News.
We're seeing an end to the excessive heat, but it remains warm and humid today with a chance of showers and a few storms. A little drier into Friday, then showers possible for the weekend. Details coming up.
Biden early arrival, the reason from the White House why the president cut an event short in Las Vegas to make his way to our coast.
Looking at new Lewis development, it would be right down there on that land you're looking at. We have reaction about the plan coming out of a public hearing.
Focus on Dewey Beach flooding, the solutions expected to be presented to solve the continuing issue on its streets.
This is Coast TV News Today.
July 18th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Time is 6:29 as we make our way on this Thursday morning, starting to get those weekend plans nailed down, maybe.
Maybe,
I got to do some grocery shopping. I always like grilling on Saturdays.
Well, that makes sense. At first, I'm like, oh, boo, grocery shopping, but grilling. That
Yes.
makes sense. Good, yeah. I know we were talking earlier about all the fun stuff coming up. There's just a lot to do the rest of the
State
summer.
fair.
Yeah.
Going to the beach is always fun.
That's my plan this weekend.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Maybe a quick stop at the state fair. We'll see. But normally the state fair is so hot.
That's the thing. You're
Mhm.
right. Like, I've covered it. You've
Yeah.
covered it. It's been a sweatbox. I've had to bring a towel. I'm dripping.
Brutal.
I think at least to start, we're in good shape.
We're in good shape. So if you're going today, Bob, maybe a good day for people to go to the fair.
I would think so. We're taking the edge off the excessive heat, guys, and instead of 90s, we're talking 80s, not only today and tomorrow, but for an extended period of time. So for the fair, we're not looking at a heat wave, so that's good. Will it stay dry the whole time? Probably not. All right. Temperatures right now, we're into the mid to upper 70s across Delmarva. We have a westerly breeze starting to pick up a little bit. We'll call it mostly cloudy. Had a few showers earlier, even around Ocean Pines too, and the southern tip of Delmarva. But it looks like the main showers have moved offshore as we have a little trough moving through now. But then there's a cold front back to the west, and that will edge our way during the day and still work with that available moisture and heat and humidity and trigger some afternoon showers and storms. Up this morning, maybe a stray shower, mostly cloudy, temperatures in the 80s. By noon, mid 80s, and then 70s and 80s along the coast. And then by 2 o'clock, you start to see some showers and a few storms popping up, maybe some brief heavy rain, gusty winds. Not expecting anything severe, but if you hear the thunder, make sure you find shelter, and then those showers will taper off this evening. And the ferry ride this morning over to Cape May looks pretty dry. Maybe a stray shower, bring the raincoat anyway. 70s and then lower 80s by noon, and a light northwest wind.
Thanks, Bob. President Biden arrived at his North Shore's home late Wednesday night. Here he is, stepping off of Air Force One at the Dover Air Force Base. The White House claims Biden had to cut a campaign event in Las Vegas short because of a positive COVID test. As you see here, he's not wearing a mask when he arrived in Delaware. According to the White House, Biden has no scheduled public events for today.
Now, across the aisle this morning, we have more details about the attempted assassination of former President Trump. It's becoming clearer how potential security oversights and the gunman's research led to that shooting. Officials say Thomas Matthew Crook's phone had photos of Trump and President Biden. Various sources say the search history showed research on both parties' national conventions, Trump's event schedule, and major depression disorders. 2 lawmakers briefed on the matter say the suspect seemed to have visited the rally site twice before the actual event, and a local official saying police responded to a call about a suspicious male before Trump took the stage.
Trial and hearing dates. They've been set in the case against Tyler Mayu. That's the man accused of traffic violations surrounding a hit and run that killed teenager Gavin Knupp in Ocean Pines. Both sides agreed to schedule a new motions hearing on November 21st. And then a 13-day trial next year. That would take place from March 3rd to the 19th. Mayu faces 17 traffic charges in the death of Gavin Knupp. July 11th marked 2 years since the 14-year-old was killed in that hit and run.
This morning, police will continue to investigate a car crash that happened in the Rehoboth Beach Acme parking lot. Officials say it was just before 10:30 a.m. Wednesday. A Lincoln speeding through the parking lot hit a Dodge Caravan. You can see some of the damage there. That Lincoln then hit the back of a Kia Optima, which someone was in, and then that caused another car to be hit. Both drivers involved were taken to an area hospital with minor injuries.
On Wednesday, the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission, they held a public hearing for the North Star development in Lewis. The new housing would go here. This is along Route 9 and Beaver Dam Road. And if you've driven in this area, you'll recognize it as being near the Vineyards apartment complex.
Some of the people we spoke with are worried about what another large development could mean. CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber shows us what yet another development could mean for Lewis.
If the North Star development is approved, this empty field will be littered with new homes. Jackie Carmine lives just down the street from the site, and she thinks the constant development in the area is destroying the quality of life in Lewis.
The traffic is just horrendous around here, but like I said too, it's not just traffic, it's the environmental impact, the impact on the schools, the impact on people who are moving here who have to wait for months and months, and I had to wait for a year and a half to get a change of doctor, to have a doctor down here.
If approved as is, this project would feature 758 single-family homes, 94 multifamily units, and 96,000 square feet of commercial space. Eric Bodenweiser's family owns a 16-acre horse farm that would be completely surrounded by the North Star development. On a personal level, he worries about how that will affect the horses. More broadly, though, he's upset about what it could do to Sussex County.
Growing up here, I don't even want to go to Lewis and Rehoboth. I never go there anymore. I stopped going there 20 years ago.
On Wednesday, people gathered for a public hearing on the development. Ralph Patterson was on hand and speaks with a big voice. He represents nearly 1,500 men and women who belong to the Cape Henlopen and Elks Lodge.
Well, one of the things we're going to propose is that open space around our lodge, some of it will be preserved.
North Star is just the latest development attempting to provide more homes in a high-demand area, but for the people that already live in Sussex County, the concerns are clear. Busier roads, less open space, and more hassle.
Elisa Weber, CoastTV News.
And North Star is just the latest development attempting to provide more homes in a high-demand area.
Staying in housing in Lewis, the land we're going to show you now on your screen is where developers want to build a new townhouse development. This would be the east side of Savannah Road near BB Healthcare, and here's what we know about it so far. Oscar H. Jr. and Thelma Warrington trustees, they submitted a preliminary land use service, also known as a PLUS application, in May. Going by the project name Overfall Preserve, the development would have 90 townhouses with amenities like a clubhouse with a pool. And according to the PLUS application, the Overfall Preserve market is aimed at entry-level and market-rate homeowners. We have more details on the proposal on CoastTV.com.
Happening today, Dewey Beach looking into a very common problem in our area. It is flooding, and the town will hear from an engineering group for an update on the installation and the performance of flaps installed on the stormwater pipes on Reed Avenue Bay side. The flaps help push water out to the bay. Officials are also going to talk about concerns with continued flooding in Dewey Beach. All this scheduled for this afternoon at 3 p.m.
Happening today in Lewis, the city's next place on the coast to talk marijuana. Today, officials will have a presentation from Commissioner Rob Koop regarding the state of Delaware marijuana legislation and regulations. Unlike many other coastal communities, Lewis has not yet set any bans or regulations on recreational use of the drug since it became legal in Delaware.
President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are expected to meet at the White House on Monday. That's according to a source familiar with the plans. And according to a letter obtained by NBC News, the families of American hostages that are being held in Gaza, they've requested a meeting with Netanyahu during his Washington visit. That meeting could possibly be delayed after President Biden tested for the COVID virus that we just told you about. But now, as of now, the meeting is still planned for Monday.
All right, we still have more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, State Fair fun. It starts today, and we'll tell you what you can expect at this year's Delaware State Fair.
Also, a hot night of hoops, the down-to-the-wire finish last night in Delaware High School basketball Summer League play.
And potential path connection, the plan in Milton to connect two housing developments. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
Positive, focused,
supportive, and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network Coach Who Makes a Difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
Your getaway starts where it all began, Pennsylvania. A place with 1,000 experiences that'll have you coming back for seconds. And they're just down the road. See the Big Bell right beside bigger battlefields? Go around the next bend and you'll find world-class cuisine, Great Lakes, and Grand Canyons. Small towns with big reputations and whitewater right next to calming waters. Come visit Pennsylvania, the great American getaway.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
It is 6:40 on this Thursday morning. We're looking at some clouds and a few breaks in the clouds on our Tullen and Razor cam right now. 77, looking a little threatening over the water. Showers moving to the east and temperatures into the mid to upper 70s right now. So it's mild, but not as rough as it has been the last few days with all that heat. As the winds are starting to turn to the west, we have a trough moving through. It's mostly cloudy. We've seen a few showers already, especially southern tip of Delmarva. And I think we have more showers to come later today with a cold front building in from the west. Your golf forecast, I think much of the day is dry. It's just warm and it's still muggy, but not oppressively so. 86, make sure you have plenty of water and watch for those afternoon storms and call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Baird, Mendalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Bob, thank you so much. We have some good news now coming out of Ocean City. The police department's been awarded a grant worth $20,000. And the department says it's all designated to cover overtime for law enforcement officers. The department saying these additional shifts will now allow officers to focus solely on enhancing the safety for bicyclists and pedestrians.
In Milton, the idea of creating a path connection for this area that we're showing you on your screen, it will be back on the table. The Streets and Sidewalk Committee is looking into creating a multi-use path connection between Heritage Creek and Cannery Village developments. And they could actually vote on this idea next Monday.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Summer League hoops action rolls on over in Frankfort. We got boys basketball action between the Fusion, a group of different squads in Delaware, taking on the Sussex Academy Seahawks. We head to Frankfort. It was a fast-paced battle between the Fusion and the Seahawks. Jumping in early, Seahawks with a nice set, moving the ball around the perimeter until they find Rico Knock in the corner, firing and splashing down the three to get the scoring started. Midpoint of the quarter now. Max Stevenson with possession for the Fusion gets the attention on the drive, leaving Dane Harrigan fair alone. That's a bad idea. The triple puts the Seahawks up 1. On to the second. Fusion lead 20-15. It's time for Hayden Lay to get to work. Drives, stops, fades, and the turnaround J is pure. That cuts the Fusion lead down to 3. On to the fourth, under a minute to go. Fusion trying to put this one away. Watch the ball movement. It finds its way to Harrigan Farrow for the dagger. He puts this one to sleep as the Fusion take it by a final score of 49-43. Keep it here on DSN to follow along with all of our summer coverage as basketball winds down and our Delmarva Shorebirds broadcast begin this Friday. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Maybe you've had a rough week. Either way, don't forget you can cheer up with a weekly dose of some good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can do that by signing up for our Feel Good Friday newsletter. Go to coasttv.com/signup. You'll get a weekly dose of joy sent directly to your inbox.
Get this, we are now only 8 days away from the 2024 Paris Olympics. The best athletes from around the world gathered on the big stage. You can catch all the action right here on Coast TV, and it starts July 26th.
Here's what's coming up today at 4 on Coast Life. The Olympics brings together the best athletes from around the world, but there's one rivalry that stands out a little more against the others. And it's Thursday, so we are spilling the tea. Today we have some sister and wedding drama. You can help decide who was in the right and who was in the wrong. All that and more today at 4 on Coast Life.
Always like the drama on Coast Life. All right, we're looking at cloudy skies and a bit of a breeze. Not as hot as it has been, 77 in Ocean View. It's a warm and muggy day, a few showers and storms, but not as bad as it has been. A break Friday, lower humidity, and then the weekend has some showers in store. Not a washout. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
In 2019, two visionaries banded together behind a restaurant to create the ultimate pizza, starting from scratch, just like our dough. At the Dough Bar, everything is a season for a reason. From our gourmet specialty pizzas to our signature sandwiches and mouth-watering entrees, we use high-quality ingredients for a freshness you'll crave. Enjoy our specialty cocktails with 16 craft brews on tap, or toast your own s'mores tableside by the water. Order online or visit the Dough Bar, Milton, Delaware's hidden gem.
Come out on Saturday, July 20th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Shops at Salisbury for the Wheels That Heal Cruise In for a Cause, benefiting Salisbury Police Department's National Night Out. All vehicles and motorcycles are welcome. Enjoy great music, delicious food, and exciting activities like a 50-50 raffle and a silent auction. Backpack donations and other back-to-school items are appreciated to support this wonderful cause. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Come to Out in the Light, where your treasure awaits.
Nestled in the heart of America's coolest small town, Out in Delights is not just your average gift shop, but where you can go for extraordinary finds, carrying items such as nautical decor, vintage vinyl, jewelry, holiday decor year-round, souvenirs, and toys. Don't forget to add a little fun to your shopping by checking out Zoltar or our penny crushing machine. Find what delights you at Out in Delights on Main Street in Berlin, across the street from the Mermaid Museum.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Coastal Comfort knows there's no place like home. It's where we can be totally comfortable. Totally comfortable being ourselves, making a mess, making improvements, making strides, making memories with those we love. Totally. Big or small, at the beach, or on the farm, all along the Eastern Shore. It's home, and Coastal Comfort is always here to keep you totally comfortable. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It is 6:46 on your Thursday. We are going to take a live look now at Rehoboth Beach. People have been up there all morning, Bob, really before the sun even came up.
Yeah, Paige, they heard you say, I think we're going to have an awesome sunrise, and then boom.
Yes.
Everybody's out on the beach with their umbrellas and enjoying this beautiful morning as we're taking the edge off that excessive heat, Paige, and we're looking at the humidity levels lowering a little bit with time, and we're not talking about a big cool down, but we're not talking about 90s and triple-digit heat index value, so that's certainly a good thing. Average high now is 88. We'll be below that the next several days. 86 today, 85 tomorrow, mid-80s right through the weekend into early next week as we keep those temperatures a little bit below average. And it would be nice if we could get down into the comfy range for a while, humidity-wise. We're not going to do that. We just get a brief break tomorrow into the muggy range, so better than it has been. And then those humidity levels start to creep up again this weekend, and especially into next week when we increase the rain chances. But out the door this morning, around 76 to 78 in Bethany Beach. Millsboro's 77, 75 right now into the Seaford area, so it is mild and it is still a little muggy out there, but the winds are starting to shift to the west, drying it out a little bit, and we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. We've seen a few showers this morning, and we're seeing a few showers popping up again, southern tip of Delmarva, so I think we could see those hit and miss showers with this trough moving through. There's a cold front moving into western PA and into the Ohio Valley, and eventually this moves our way throughout the day, and that coupled with the heating of the day could give us a few storms into the afternoon. But here's Futurecast this morning. We're in and out of the clouds. We'll call it mostly cloudy, and temperatures by late morning into the mid-80s. By 1 o'clock, we're starting to cloud up a little bit with mid to upper 80s and then 70s and 80s at the coast. And then by this afternoon, after about 2 o'clock, we could be increasing those showers and storms, maybe some heavier rain, vivid lightning. So if you're out and about, you hear the thunder, go indoors. And then those storms will dissipate once the sun goes down, and we start to clear it out overnight. And by Friday morning, feeling nicer with a northeast breeze, temperatures in the 60s and 70s. And Friday, that lower humidity and temperatures pretty tolerable into the mid-80s. But it's only one day that it's really nice because the clouds increase on Saturday, and we could be looking at some showers into the afternoon hours. But those showers could keep us cooler into the 70s and 80s, and perhaps some heavier rain as we go into Saturday evening, as we'll see a front just kind of get hung up along the coast over the weekend. So more showers showers Sunday, and it looks like that shower threat continues into early next week and maybe even heavier rain beyond the Tuesday time frame. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 86 today with the late day storms, and then Friday 85, and you can see how consistent these temperatures are. Mid-80s for the weekend, some showers later Saturday night, and maybe lingering into Sunday morning, and then more storms Monday, and then maybe a steadier and heavier rain by next Tuesday and Wednesday with highs into the mid and upper 80s, and that rain threat continues beyond that as well.
Thanks, Bob. We have a heads up in Lewis. The city has identified spotter and lantern flies like this on public property. Now, Lewis officials are in communication with the Department of Natural Resources on this recent finding. The Department of Agriculture will be treating the trees where lantern flies were found.
Happening today, some exciting news. Delaware State Fair is back in Harrington, and it'll continue until July 27th. This includes the summer concert series with artists like John Party on Friday. Ludacris will be there Saturday. There's also going to be a carnival, a lot of yummy food, we know that. On July 22nd and the 25th, seniors get in for free. On July 23rd, kids 12 and under are free. The admission prices range normally from $5 to $10. Time is now 6:50. We're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet, a young pup making his way in the world. On your screen right now, that is 1-year-old Bruno. Bruno is a sheepadoodle, clearly loves playing outside and always looks picture perfect. Bruno was submitted to us by his family in Millsboro.
That is a nice coat he's got there. You can tell he just went to the groomer, perhaps.
Oh,
yeah, maybe so. We want to see all your pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special.
You can scan the QR code at the top of your screen, and that way you can submit your furry friend to CoastTV News. And then watch weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature.
Bruno's a big boy for being a 1-year-old puppy. He's going to be pretty big. We're looking at hazy and kind of cloudy conditions in Laurel right now, mid-70s, and we're looking at, well, the humidity today, a few showers and storms, and then the mugginess backs off Friday, but then it's back for the weekend, some showers and increasing rain chances, especially into next week as well. Your 10-day forecast is coming up next.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on.
Born in the stars, formed in the earth, shaped by designers around the world, and curated by Khalsa Jewelers in Lewis. Paul Chen, also known as Sunder Khalsa, is a meditation and yoga master as well as the owner of Khalsa Jewelers.
At Khalsa Jewelers, we offer signature pieces to celebrate love in those special moments in our life. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Celebrate with us at historic Lewis and Rehoboth Beach.
This is like our forever home. This was the last piece of the puzzle. Pinnacle concrete coating actually showed me this particular floor here, which is tidal wave. I was told, I'm done, I'm good, just let's start. When it was done, I probably sat out there for 20 minutes and just staring at the product before I went back into the house. This is not a garage, this is an extension of my home. I'm just thrilled to death with this floor. We get a discount for being a veteran. It made you real warm and fuzzy knowing that you're dealing with somebody like that. You know, I'm just impressed with what they did, it was awesome.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
It's a shorebird summer on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch America's favorite pastime live. From the first crack of the bat, to the big plays, to the roar of the crowd. Experience every moment as it happens on the Delmarva Sports Network. Your Delmarva Shorebirds battle the Down East Wood Ducks this Friday and Saturday at 7. Tune in for these action-packed games live only on DSN.
There's a difference between a great golf setting and a setting for great golf. Unbelievable. This isn't just the Open, it's golf, as it's meant to be. The Open Championship on NBC and Peacock. Part of the greatest summer of golf.
Time is now 6:54. It's time for some things you need to know before you go. President Biden will rest and recover from his recent COVID-19 diagnosis along our coast. On your screen, that's him arriving at the Dover Air Force Base before traveling to his North Shores home. That was Wednesday night. According to the White House, Biden will stay along our coast throughout the weekend.
It is becoming clearer how potential security oversights in the gunman's research led to the shooting at the Trump rally Saturday. Officials say Thomas Matthew Crook's phone had photos of Trump and President Biden. Various sources say the search history showed research on both parties' national conventions, Trump's event schedule, and major depression disorders. Two lawmakers briefed on the matter say the suspect seems to have visited the rally site twice before the event. A local official says police responded to a call about a suspicious male before Trump took the stage.
President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, they're expected to meet at the White House Monday, according to a source familiar with their plans. According to a letter obtained by NBC News, the families of American hostages being held in Gaza have requested that meeting with Netanyahu during his Washington visit. The meeting could possibly be delayed, though, after President Biden tested positive for COVID. But for right now, that meeting is still planned for Monday.
Today in Lewis, the city is the next on the coast to talk marijuana. Today, officials will hear a presentation from Delaware Marijuana Commissioner Rob Koop about the state's marijuana legislation and regulations. And unlike many coastal communities, Lewis has yet to set any bans or regulations on recreational use of the drug since it became legal in Delaware.
All right, my co-anchor hates to hear it, but spooky season's coming.
I know, Paige.
Ooh, the time is now, apparently, to start shopping if you want to go all out with Halloween decor.
Yeah, starting today, actually, some of Home Depot's biggest Halloween decorations, they go on sale.
I guess it's just to get ahead of the game. The home improvement giant will again have Skelly, that's the colossal 12-foot tall animated skeleton, and his sidekick, Skelly Dog, on sale.
Other popular items like a 7-foot animated Frankenstein and the giant Inferno Deadwood skeleton, they will likely be available. Paige, it's mid-July.
I know, but if you think about it, it's 3 months from now.
Yes, that's my point.
I think I just plan really ahead.
I know.
That's maybe just why. So it's for the early planners.
You're the one that plays Christmas music in July, so I should not be talking to you.
I wake up to it each morning. It starts your day right. Anyways, it is 6:56 now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, Bob, I know the temperature is going to be down a bit, but maybe not that humidity.
You know, guys, I was in an arts and crafts store with my wife a couple of weeks ago. We already saw the Halloween stuff out and the fall stuff, and I have to admit, I liked seeing it. I did. It made me feel a little cooler in these very hot summer days. I like fall and fall stuff. Yeah, it's coming, folks. Yeah, football season's coming. Yeah, it's all on the way. All right, as far as our weather goes, not feeling fall-like today. 70s and eventually 80s, and some showers and storms, especially into the afternoon. Maybe some gusty winds and heavy rain with some of this activity. And then it quits after sunset. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We're in the mid-80s essentially through the weekend and into next week. Drier Friday, more comfortable humidity. And then I think showers later Saturday into early Sunday. Not looking at a washout, and then more showers and storms next week. In fact, could get a little heavier Tuesday and Wednesday into the end of the week.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Have a great day, everybody.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.